What time is it now? It's 5:24. We were supposed to go live at 5:30. So we have about 36 minutes before this event starts. Let me just... I don't know what that's about. Yeah, so we got about 36 minutes before this event starts. And I believe it goes for about an hour. I haven't done a live stream in 2 weeks. I think this is it's been 2 weeks since I did a live stream. Hopefully you guys could see me. Hopefully you could hear me. Let me know in the comments. There are 51 of you here already. It's probably going to be the longest live stream I've done in a bit. I thought for some reason this event was 3 hours long. It's only an hour or so, it seems. But let's... Hyper-Protagonist, you said this earlier, but thank you. Christopher, how's it going? Michael, how's it going? It is going to be cool. Loud and clear. Awesome. So what... Well, I'll wait till a couple more people get into the... get into here before we kind of explain what's going to be going on. I honestly have no idea what this presentation's about. I saw Ubiquiti retweet this. I didn't know what the heck Tech Field Day was. I didn't know what that was, and I looked it up, and it seems really cool. And so I reached out to them. I said, would I be able to co-stream your live stream of the Ubiquiti event? And they said, yep, go ahead. I got the approval from Ubiquiti, so we're all good. Let's see. Music, how's it going? From Zimbabwe. Andres, how's it going? Tim, how's it going? Bimmerman, how's it going? Been buying a ton of using your referral link. Thank you very much. It's very hot here today. I mean, I always complain about being hot, but I just took the cats for a walk for a little bit, and I probably shouldn't have done that. Probably not before live stream. Anyway. Looking forward to HAFT Gateways. I have no idea what's going on in this conference, but I think it's going to be cool. And you don't need to... You could watch directly on their live stream, which I'll put links to everything beforehand. Wogan Paging. Hi, Cody. Can you unofficially add paging to Unified? I have no idea. I hope that would be cool. They did have a Unified Talk roadmap going. It was a roadmap inside of the community, and I think paging was a part of it. Can I give you an overview of what it's about? I don't even know. I honestly don't know what it's about much, but let me look at this LinkedIn post. LinkedIn. I believe Craig, who will be speaking today, I think he said something about it. I kind of forget. Oh, I don't even know how to log into LinkedIn. I rarely use it. Oh, here we go. I got in. First try. Let me see if I could... I think I've retweeted it, or whatever on LinkedIn. Shoot. How the heck do I view my own profile? Oh, there we go. Oh, and Chantel's home. Let's see. Was this it here? His post? So Craig, you'll see him speaking. He said, excited. I guess, oh no, I can't show this. Yeah, anyway, all he said was excited to speak with everyone and honored to represent Ubiquiti at Mobility Field Day. Reach out if you'd like to set up a one-to-one. We'll be presenting on 802.11be, so Wi-Fi 7 standard, and how it is leading the charge in the market. Charge and making it accessible to everybody. We also have some exciting launches to streamline enterprise networking and IT. Japanese fan, awesome. You made it, awesome. That's great. So that's what today's about. I did start a bit early because I haven't live streamed in a little bit, so I want to make sure everything was working properly. During the live stream, I'm probably not going to talk too much because we want to listen to what Ubiquiti's saying. I may chime in a little bit, but for the majority of it, my mic is probably going to be muted. You can watch directly here. So this is where the live stream's taking. There was a live going on there, but it's gone now. So this is the direct link to it, if you want to watch there, or you could watch my live stream, whichever. This is their YouTube channel. This is the YouTube channel. I forget what else I was going to tag. I guess we could put in their Twitter too. Twitter.com. Tech. And this is their Twitter if you guys want to go follow them. Do you think they'll finally unveil the G5 PTZ? I have no clue. I don't even think it's a... Who knows what that is? What's going on? There are no prize giveaways. Not from me anyway. I don't... Maybe on that... Well, probably not on that other thing either. The press conference. Toxic Bullet, how's it going? 3-hour stream, let's go. No, I would be dead after a 3-hour live stream. Uh-oh. Why Chantel? Why is she going through the front door? Why is she going through the front door? Hold on a second here. What the heck is going on? She's just looking out at the grass. Weird. Yes, I started early. Hello from down under. IoT devices, lights would be nice. It would be kind of cool. In one of their videos, this was going back a long time ago with their Connect videos. They had like pot lights and LED lights and stuff like that. Black turret, I hope. I wish they would just make a black version of every model of camera. I think that would be great. Hey Cody, what do you think about the UI, in the enterprise switch AP starting to deploy some of their enterprise switches that they have right now and the U7 Pro? I think it's great. Yeah. This conference, like Tech Field Day, they had the Cisco. Meraki was just talking, or Meraki was talking earlier. I think FortiGate or Fortinet was talking. Maybe Arista. I think Arista might have been a part of it, and a couple other big companies. Tech Talk and Unbox, how's it going? Good evening. G5 doorbell, that would be cool, wouldn't it? I need to add one more AP for the third floor of my townhouse. I have a U7 Pro and a U6 Enterprise, and while I'm thinking about adding another U7 Pro, but all the AP launches promise for this year. Maybe we'll see something in this presentation, I don't know. Yeah, it's a late start, so it's 3 p.m. or the conference starts at 3 p.m. their time, and it looks like I have a Windows. Oh. My screen isn't... Okay, good. You guys can't see my time and stuff, so that's good. Yeah, midnight there. That's not good. Pierre, how's it going from Montreal? Hey, Cody, I made an apartment complex setup in my UDM SE. Would love your feedback on it if interested. It involves PPSK. Sure. Send me an email. Greg, how's it going? She must be outside still. From Troy, New York. When should we visit the Above Legs? Well, I'm going to be streaming it. Like, I'm going to be co-streaming it. So I'm going to be quiet during the stream. I'll just be sitting here on camera. But what I'll be doing, if you could go watch direct if you want, or you could watch my live. You could watch the live stream with us, with chat. I guess you could say. It's going to be exciting. I'm pretty excited for it. Hey Cody, U7 in wall or U7 versus U6 Enterprise in an SMB setup. That's hard. U7 is newer. I mean, they're both high dense environment. I would probably go with the U7 Pro. Do you think we will get a new Dream router soon? It's been a few years and I'd love one with Wi-Fi. I have no idea about that. Yeah, it's co-streaming, but you could watch direct if you want. On -21, it's hot. It's hot. I'm sweating up here. I took the girls for a walk. Nothing. What's the email I could send you? You want no, you could just send me the you could email me through my website. www. Oop. Go here. You could just fill in this information, then I'll get back. Or just fill in the hire us form, and then I'll get back to you. I think there are any plans for other AI face recognition cameras. I'm not sure. They have the pros. They have the DSLR. The AI. I don't know. Do the AI Thetas do it? I don't remember if they do facial recognition. U7 mesh, please. Hi from Madrid. How's it going? Yeah, so it's going to be exciting. I'm excited to see what happens. I'm hoping that the quality is decent. I went to the other one and it looked like we could get 1080, which is good. So I'm hoping at least we get that. Yeah. The event starts in 26 minutes, apparently. I'm hoping we're not late or we're not early. I probably should have the tab on my side screen. Actually, that's what I should do. Go like that. I should go like this. I should go like that. Or are they live right now? That doesn't look like they're live right now. Yeah, it was for 3 whatever time they're in. I think they're in Silicon Valley right now. Whoops, I don't want to look at myself there. No, on Theta and 360. I thought the Theta did if you didn't have the 360 lens on it, but I could be wrong. Are they presenting all Ubiquiti products? Well, from what I get from this LinkedIn post from Craig, they're going to be talking about Wi-Fi 7 standard, and how Ubiquiti is leading the charge. And then we have some exciting launches to streamline enterprise networking and IT. Let's not get our hopes up too high, but it's just something that I thought was kind of cool to live stream since I haven't live streamed in a while. Is Chantel making snacks for the basement crew? I hope so. I don't think it's going to be like a, I don't know what this is about, but I don't think it's going to be like a crazy, here's new product launch thing. I'm not sure. I think it's going to be more about talking about the Wi-Fi 7 technology than anything. From Tampa, Florida. I will be in Florida in 21 days in Sarasota. Hey from Ireland. How's it going? Almost 200 people. Has hit that thumbs up. Yes, hit the thumbs up. Where are we? We are at 26 likes. Hopefully some NAS products. Maybe. I have no idea on that. 11.8 subs to go. That's right. Then we're going to get our plaque finally for 100,000. I'm going to just plug a couple things here before the show gets started. I know Chantel wants to see this. So if you guys are interested in stuff outside of tech, we have a vlog channel. We're now at 510 subs, which is great. We do need some more watch hours for it to get monetized. But I think the latest video, what was this? It's a bunch of Grand Palladium tours. That's one of the Jamaican places that we went. We're going to Sarasota. We'll be filming that and some other stuff. Sarasota, we'll be going to Orlando in October or in August. There you go. That's for that channel. Boop. You just filmed the form. Okay, I'll get back to you. I hope I get 11.8 more thousand subs this year. It would be great to have that plaque. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. When installing U7 Pro or U6 Pro Wi-Fi, is the coverage around circle, or should I pay attention to which way I have the curved pointed? You could look at, they actually have radiation patterns that you could go look up. I don't know the exact link, but typically you want the access points on the wall pointing down. For most of them, for most of the access points. I hope they come out with the patrolling feature for PTZ soon. Yes, I think that's been long requested. Well, at the World Conference London, someone mentioned 10. Okay, I won't be able to speculate on too much stuff here. Have you messed with the automatic shadow mode failover? I did. I have a video on it when I was testing the new Pro Max UDM. Indianapolis. What was the one? Somebody was asking me. Raid Owl wanted me to come to a Blink show. Is that just a Blink 182 show, or is it a festival? I don't think, was that Indianapolis that I was going to buy tickets to? I forget. Raid Owl asked me to go, or asked if I wanted to go, and there's a bunch of other people going. I said I might be able to. I am going to Blink in Toronto, though. That's the last show of the tour. Does any of the Unify products have NAT settings you could change? I'm new to Unify and I was very surprised where I didn't find any of the NAT. They are gonna have more NAT features coming up, like one-to-one NAT and whatnot. Stuart, network services. I was actually supposed to text you and I didn't yet, so Chantal's gonna kill me. But I'll text you after this live stream. Has your AP density changed in installations of 6 gigahertz? Well, if you're planning for 6 gigahertz, you have to add more access points for sure. If you're just still doing 2.4 and 5 gigahertz, then it's a little bit different. Oh, it's just Blink-182. Okay, so no, that's not the one I'll be going to. I already have tickets for Toronto. We'll be going to that for sure. And if they add a second night, maybe. Probably not, but... I saw them twice last year when they came. They were great. I think I've seen them like 8 or 9 times already. Things that are coming up, videos that are coming up. So we won a job for 13 doors for a door access job, and I'm allowed to film it all. They had an old existing system in there, so we don't need to cut in a lot of strikes, maybe 1 or 2. And then we have to cut in the access readers, run some cables for it. We're using 2 enterprise hubs, so that's going to be cool. And yeah, we'll be filming that. We'll start on Tuesday, and hopefully I get it out by the end of next week. What is better, 2 PoE Pro switches or 148? It all depends. So 148, you're using 1U of rack space. 2 24s, you're using 2U. And I don't actually like how the when I'm buying switches now, this is how I'm buying them. I'd be buying the Enterprise because if in 24s anyway, because they have the line across. Pro Max because they do the same thing. The Professional, the problem with the Professional, they have all the ports on the right. So for cable management, I try my best not to get the standard or these ones in 24s anymore. It starts in 19 minutes apparently. Yeah, they're down right now. So who we'll be seeing in this? We'll be seeing UI Tom. If you're a part of the Discord, that's who will be speaking on the Wi-Fi stuff. We'll be seeing UI Craig. I don't know if he's part of the Discord. And then who the heck else were we seeing? There's one other person that I didn't recognize their name. Andrew. I'm not sure who he is. But we'll see. We'll find out shortly. We could be twins wearing t-shirts. Oh, you're wearing the Unify shirt right now? How do you know if it's possible to migrate all devices from a Cloud Key Gen 2 Plus to the UDM Pro? They should all migrate. 3 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Mountain, 5 Central, 6 p.m. Eastern. Yes, so we got 18 minutes to go. Yesterday we were at the farmhouse, which I don't know if I'm going to film or not. It's very... So we're doing the fiber optics there. We were splicing it yesterday. For some reason, I could get an IP, but I couldn't get out to the internet after using the media converter. Anyway, it was running late. It was 5 p.m. and I'm like, you know what, we're going home. But at this place, we're putting in an intercom for the gate. We're putting an access hub outside. Hopefully it lasts the winter. And yeah. It's hot. I already did. I'm live streaming. Yeah, so anyway, that I might not film that because at the gate where it is this huge open property and there was so many mosquitoes there. It would just probably not make for a good film. I might take like a little short video showing you the gate opening after we use the intercom and stuff like that. Really hoping for new talk phones today, or at least the phone. I don't like, just by his post, I think all they're going to be talking about is Wi-Fi 7, like the technology behind it, as well as maybe some enterprise networking. I don't know. I like I said, I wouldn't get your hopes up for sure. I think it's going to be cool either way. To see Ubiquiti do a live stream with some of their employees. I wanted to get one of their employees on a long time ago. I forget what it was about at that time. It was about some update to just do like an interview with them, but yeah, got kiboshed. I believe the goal with the Ubiquiti, the UNVR stacking, is to have unlimited UNVRs to stack eventually. Do you think a setup with 4 G5 bullets would be able to run, at the moment, low bandwidth 10.2? Can you downscale the cameras? Downscale the cameras. Well, are you talking about for remote viewing? Like, it's all local unless you're remotely viewing. So if your network is 1 gig, I mean, you're using Cat 6, then you should be fine. It's just going to be the remote viewing that might be a little slow. We have at a farm, we have like 15 cameras at this farm, and they have an 8 megabit per second connection by 2 up, and it works perfectly fine. Let me get out of LinkedIn. Let me get out of that. Oh gosh, Nilly is going nuts. Do you think Unify Protect will ever compete with? I think it's better, but that's my opinion, right? I don't use Dawa. I don't use Hikvision at all. Those are kind of, they have terrible interfaces. Synology Surveillance Station is probably the best out of the ones you listed there. And I'm still not a huge fan of their interface. But that's because I don't use it every day. Like, I use Unify Protect every single day. Home Assistant yet. I haven't used, I started Home Assistant on the Raspberry Pi, and I think I got my Protect cameras into it. This is going back a while ago. And then after that, I stopped. I had too much other stuff that I was working on. But yeah, if you're talking about does Unify support it, they don't, I'm sure you could bring in cameras and stuff like that, but they don't have direct integration. We're getting there. We got 14 more minutes, so ask some questions. We got this thing, the Dream Pro Max, that came out. I don't know what else was new. What did I just... Oh, this switch. I just did a video on. So we got the Pro Max 16, and when I was doing my video, I put the mounting bracket on the right-hand side, and then I said, well, I don't have a long enough DAC to go here to here. Well, you could put the mounting bracket on the left-hand side and then have the switch ports on the right-hand side, and I would have had long enough. I didn't even think about that. And then after I watched the video a few times, I'm like, what am I doing? Like, you could have this mounting bracket wherever you want. They do show on the right-hand side, though. Interesting. I guess it's closer to the actual power outlet. But yeah, you should be able to have it on the left-hand side as well. What's a good management switch for someone running a USG, trying to set up VLANs for my network, and someone told me to get a managed switch? Unify? I mean, it depends on your budget. If you need all PoE ports, or if you don't care about power over Ethernet ports, any one of their switches is managed. Have your Protect in Home Assistant. Nice. Gotta love old security systems requiring all sorts of different plugins. Yes, I hated that. That was the worst. So now I don't really support any other security system. If you want me to run cables for it and mount the camera, sure, but I'm not doing any software side. Absolutely not. Trying to figure out when UI will allow for replication backup of NVR data offsite. Yeah, hopefully that's something that's coming. This I can't talk about because it's EA. Have you had any console affected by the Protect Auto Recovery successful bug? I have not, no. I just want to refresh this page to make sure we're not missing anything. And like I said, I will probably be muting myself for most of this. So if you ask questions during the live stream, I might not catch it, or I might just type in chat because I want to listen to what Ubiquiti is actually saying. You can you could use it if there's an API for, I think there's a API for Unify Access. That must be able to tie into Home Assistant, I think. Oh, the U6 Mesh, yes. Or the Mesh Pro. So a lot of people are getting confused. And I could see why, because they're naming. So they're thinking that the U6 Mesh Pro is the successor of the U6 Mesh, but it's not. The U6 Mesh Pro is the successor of the AC Mesh Pro, which is this paneled outdoor Wi-Fi 5 AP. which a lot of people have at campgrounds and stuff like that. So this just came out. I don't have one. I don't know if I'm going to get one to review. I don't really have a need for something like this in my backyard. Unless I start deploying them at clients. At that point, I'll do a review on it. Dream Pro Max with 2.5 gigabit for Wi-Fi 7. Yeah. I mean, the thing with the Dream Pro Max right now, if you have a need for that size of a firewall, hold on a second. If you have that need for that size of a firewall, you would end up having multiple different switches anyway. Just one sec. Let's see. Awesome YouTube channel. Thank you from Denmark. You can link Home Assistant to Unify Network. I did see that. I just don't know what you would do with it. I guess I should look into it. Let's see. Yes, there is good integration for Unify Network, and Protect into Home Assistant can monitor Wi-Fi connections, toggle PoE. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you could do that. I have to look into that. Do you think you will have a use for OSPF feature? No, probably not. not for the businesses that I look after, but I mean, the back end of Site Manager is OSPF, I believe, right now. This a real product. I can't really comment on anything that is like speculation, so I don't know. Photo of UI team setting up in the lounge in the UI Discord. Okay, hold on. Let me pull up my Discord. Uh-oh. Who tagged me? Everyone, remind your UIB is going to in half an hour. Okay. Wow, they pinged everybody hates when people, I don't get it. When you add everybody in a Discord, does it really make you mad? I have no notifications turned on, so I really don't care. Let me look at this picture here. I can't even see it. Holy crap. Oh, right here. Okay. Oh yeah, there's everybody. Here, I'll take a screenshot of it and show you guys. Okay. So this is Craig. This is Tom, and I don't know who these people just might be a part of the event, I guess. But it's going to be cool. I'm excited to see what's happening. And after the live stream, I'll stay on for a little bit. I probably won't go too much later. Let's see. We got 8 minutes left. We've got like 5 or 6 of the Mesh Pros at the marina. Yeah, they work fine. I mean, they're built for the outdoors. What do you think will be different about the access gate control? Access gate control. Well, they don't have an access gate control. I mean, you could tie it into Unify Access and then use the intercom. That's what we're doing at the job we're working at. I was thinking a Unify switch would work as I already have a USG. Yes. I think an 8-port switch would be fine for, yeah, it all depends on how many switch ports you need, more than anything. U7 outside. I don't know if they're allowed to broadcast the 6-band outside yet. I kind of forget. Hopefully, maybe Tom will talk about that in the meeting or in the presentation. Do you know if Ubiquiti getting out of the consumer business, it feels like the whole Amplify router lineup was replaced with the Ultra. I never really used the Amplify line or Alien line, so I think maybe they will, but I can't speak on that. What do you think about the Swiss Army knife for outdoor? I think it's a great access point. When I say Unify, I meant Ubiquiti. Well, Ubiquiti, I mean, they have UISP and then they have Unify, so you're correct in saying it. Greetings from Australia. First time being able to watch you live. Great channel, Cody. Thank you, Thomas. Appreciate it. Unified Network and HA can present detection. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into it, but I'm so freaking busy lately. Okay, we got 7 minutes. I mute literally everything that I'm a part of. I mute all my text messages. What else do I mute everything? I have a few people that I don't mute my text messages for, but that's it. I'm on my phone so often that I usually am not going to miss too much. Are you talking about stock alerts channel? No, not stock. I don't care about stock alerts. Really like the channel. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. It surprised me that they released the U6 mesh instead of jumping right into the 7. Well, that's the thing. I don't know if they're able to right now. And hopefully, well, Terry, you were at the UWC. I think they mentioned something about it. I forget though. It was not long ago. Or I mean, a couple months ago. Gotta move to Discord chat after for this other 1 point. I am not fulfilling that. That is too long. I saw that a gate control hub was teased. Oh, really? Well, I don't know. I haven't seen that. I mean, they have this. They have the intercom, but... where is it? They have... Oh, they're in stock too. They have this, which we are installing, and I'm hoping, praying that it works with the gate controller that we're going to be working with. All right, we got 5 minutes. Like I said, I'm going to be muting my mic for most of it. I might talk a little bit. Maybe between presentations, but that's it. And let me just... that was mine. Let me just tag their channel as well. Let me tag their channel as well. Just so, because they allowed me to co-stream it. So this is the Tech Field Day Twitter. Tech Field Day YouTube. And what else do we have? And this is where the live stream is going to be held. Like this page right here, if you want to not watch me and, you know, just watch them direct, that's that bottom link. Any big expectations? I'm not really, just whatever. I mean, I don't really know. I think it's going to be interesting because I heard Tom talk about Wi-Fi 7 technology at Ubiquiti World Conference, and it was awesome. So that's really what I'm here for. Any products... There may not be product releases at all, so you got to kind of, you know, think about that. Yeah. I've never seen a company as hated as Ubiquiti. They want to get into enterprise, but they have some reputation stuff to fix, especially support and stocking anything. Well, if you looked at Cisco Meraki during the huge stock issues during 2020, they were worse than Ubiquiti. It's just Ubiquiti has they're so public facing and they have so many creators doing videos and stuff on them that probably get more hate. Hoping for the intercom talk integration so that the intercom can ring the phones. Well, it kind of can already with the Access app built into the phone. Ooh, that's not good. Chantel is outside with the cats in the backyard. Oh, they're live. They are live. Okay. Let's just make sure that this is working. Do you guys hear sound? I don't. They might not have sound. So once the sound comes up, I'm going to mute myself. And probably hide myself a bit. 720. Go 1080, hopefully. I'm going to bring the chat to this. Oh, we could have it here for now. And let me know if the sound is loud enough. It should be because I blasted it in my my thing, but does Unify Intercom work with an existing system? No, only Unify only. They're pretty closed ecosystem. PC working now, my heart drop. Yeah, that would suck if it actually failed. Do you think Ubiquiti will ever come up with an alarm system? It's hard to say. It's hard to say. The haters probably haven't used Ubiquiti. It's very hard to get somebody to switch to a new brand. I used to be complete Cisco. I love Cisco, doing Cisco data center stuff. And then, you know, I just cannot stand Cisco now.
Welcome back to Mobility Field Day 11.
Here we go, guys.
My name is
I'm
Tom
gonna mute
Hollingsworth,
myself.
and I would just like to say I did it. I got the #1 requested presenter of all time at Mobility Field Day to show up to this event. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Ubiquiti time. That's right. Everyone's always asking me, when are you guys going to get Ubiquiti to show up? And I've kept talking, and I kept talking, and I begged, and I pleaded, and I may have bribed some people. For legal reasons, I didn't bribe anybody. But no, we had a great conversation with the Ubiquiti team. They're like, well, we like what these Mobility Field Day people are doing. Maybe we should show up. Now the real fun begins. No, we're going to have a great hour-long presentation with our friends at Ubiquiti. They have some cool technology that they want to show off. They're very excited to be talking to this wonderful group of people that you can learn more about if you head over to techfieldday.com, click on the link for Mobility Field Day 11, and you get a lineup of all of the great delegates that are joining us remotely or in the room. It's some of the smartest people in the Wi-Fi industry, and we are very happy to have them as a part of this, just like we're happy to have you as a part of this great community, whether you're watching us on our website, on LinkedIn Live, or on TechStrong TV. No matter what the case, we are very excited to be able to share with you today. We have a 1-hour session coming up, and if you want to ask a question, make a comment, join the conversation, please make sure to use the hashtag MFD11, MFD11. Just go to some social media site and use it. One of us will probably find it because we are well versed in all the social medias. I'm going to step out of the way and turn it over to Craig so he can get this thing going. But if you need anything from me, I'm at Networking Nerd on Twitter. As I wrote recently, I actually am running Ubiquiti Stack at my house. We're running Ubiquiti at the Tech Field Day offices. And considering that my controller went down and wasn't online for 2 years and the thing kept running, I think that's the best vote of confidence, A, in their capabilities, and B, against mine. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you, Craig.
Great speaker. Craig's going to be awesome.
Thank you, and thanks everybody for being here. My name is Craig Waitella, and I'm the head of strategic partnerships at Ubiquiti. And you know, Tom mentioned this is our first Tech Field Day. We're excited to be here, and I think really excited to tell you about all of the stuff that we've been working about in the meantime. So I'm going to kick things off. Today we're going to talk about Unify, which is our main flagship product line here. And I want to tell you a little bit about where we came from, some of our key principles that we work on, and ultimately where we're going in 2024 and beyond. I might have some. So we got our starts in the WISP market. See, we came out with a new radio card that ultimately enabled longer point-to-point distances. Our founder and CEO, Robert Pera, former Apple hardware engineer for their airport Wi-Fi division. I mention that mainly because you're going to see a lot of parallels between Apple and our company in terms of how we look at products. Over the years, you know, this product line really evolved. We had some things that you might be familiar with, from NanoStation, NanoBeam, and ultimately our entire AirMax product line. I give this for background, but we want to talk more about Wi-Fi. And how did we get involved into, you know, more traditional LAN networking? We wanted to solve the problem of managing Wi-Fi access points in a really scalable way. So what we wanted to do is flex some of our same muscles here and create the central platform that's going to really control how you manage Wi-Fi access points. See, we don't care if you have 100 access points or 1. We want that same streamlined management experience, and staying true to the name, that's where we get Unify. So once again, this is our one-stop pane of glass for networking, but networking extends beyond just Wi-Fi. So what you see is switching, gateways, and ultimately today, this really evolved. So our portfolio is pretty comprehensive. We have, of course, networking, camera security, door access, and really it just keeps on growing from here. Big thing I want to talk about is our concept of value. See, at Ubiquiti, we believe that we deliver our customers value on top of value on top of value. And that's really evident in all of the decisions that we make. So first means of value here is going to be hardware quality. See, our goal is not to be the #1 on top of the specs list and the best of the best of the best. Our goal is also not to be, you know, the cheapest solution out there. We really pride ourselves on giving you the best price to quality ratio. And for those of you who've used our products, you can tell just feeling the devices. They have a really incredibly thoughtful industrial design, and it extends beyond just the hardware, even down to the packaging. Unboxing, it's smooth. We really think of the whole user experience. Next part of value is going to be the customer-centric business model. I'll talk about this a little bit more in a second, but let me just say our goal is not to squeeze customers for everything that they have, right? We are a product-first company. We invest heavily in R&D, and we want to deliver an excellent user experience, which is what brings us to our third point of value. software innovation. See, we believe in eliminating barriers to entry. We want our products to be accessible and intuitive. Now, I don't want that to make you think, we're not advanced, because we want to get you into the environment, but for the admins who really know what they're doing, we also give you the tools to really be dangerous and to go deep and, powerful. So going back to this idea of a customer-centric business model, I want to talk about the cloud. See, cloud is really useful, but unfortunately, we believe that a lot of vendors out there, use the cloud to tether devices to it, to their own licensing server, and ultimately, holding your network hostage so that you have to continue to pay these fees. We don't like this model at all, and frankly, with Ubiquiti, if you stop paying, your devices don't turn into a pumpkin, right? I say that because there is nothing to pay. We do not have licensing fees, right? You purchase your equipment, it is yours, full stop. Beyond that, we give full flexibility on how you run the UniFi software, and even if you want cloud involvement at all, right? You can host it on your own hardware, we can host it on our servers, a third party can host it, right? You can fully air gap it and turn off the cloud altogether. Ultimately, our favorite option is what we call the cloud gateway. This takes a UniFi gateway, smacks on the control plane, and it's meant as an integrated solution. And ultimately, we like it because it gets you a lot of flexibility and some of the stuff that you'll hear later on. For some quick background, cloud can mean a lot of things to a lot of people. I just want to do a quick overview on what I mean when we say cloud. See, our cloud is our UniFi site manager. So unifi.ui.com. Ultimately, what this does, it aggregates every single site that you have. Doesn't matter, cloud gateway, self-hosted, no matter what. Everything is right there in a single pane of glass. It allows you to, administer admin permissions across all of the sites, global updates, scheduling, stuff like that, and even orchestrating traffic between those in a seamless SD-WAN. So with that out of the way, I want to talk about where we're going here in 2024, because ultimately we've come up with an enterprise strategy, right? We want to get involved in larger, more complex environments. And Tom at the beginning said we hadn't been here for a while, and there's a reason for that. Ultimately, we were really hard at work, and I'd say around the time of COVID, I think that we really kind of took a step back and really narrowed in on our area of focus and focused on those core competencies. We came out with the strategy, and frankly, we've been executing, and that's why we're here today. We're excited. We wanted to share this with everybody, here. So in terms of an enterprise strategy, we know that this needs to be holistic. It's a given. We have awesome software. We've got awesome hardware. But we know that it has to involve everything: hardware, software, and support. So to dive deep into the hardware here, we're here for Wi-Fi. I want to start off with our U7 Pro access point. See, this has been released about 3 months now. We were some of the first to market with Wi-Fi 7 technology, and it's been really well received. And like Tom is going to talk about more after me, our whole idea with Wi-Fi 7 is not to sit here and spit marketing numbers about how fast everything is or 4K QAM, right? What our principle is with Wi-Fi 7 is we believe that it's going to future-proof networks, and it's ultimately going to raise that UX floor. And for $179, which is how much that access point costs, there's no reason not to do it, right? We're democratizing this technology and just completely eliminating barriers to entry. So this is our first Wi-Fi 7 product. Being here at Mobility Field Day, we thought it'd be a great time to officially announce our upcoming U7 Pro Max access point. So a couple key callouts with this. One, we've got 2 more spatial streams on the 5 gigahertz radio, so that's going to give you 4x4 MIMO. Second one, this is my favorite, it's going to be the scanning radio. 2.4, 5, 6 gigahertz. This is going to be scanning in the background, and this is going to really empower some of the upcoming software features that we have around this and around really helping admins with channelization and stuff like that.
The Pro Max is with the scanning radio?
Correct. Okay. So once again, these are both our flagship form factors, ideal for ceiling mounted, the disc shape. We got a ton others, right? We've got outdoor access points, detachable antennas, all sorts of stuff. In wall, without saying too much, you can probably assume where we're going to go with Wi-Fi 7, right? Given that we want to talk about enterprise Wi-Fi, I want to really highlight this, the Wi-Fi Base Station XG. This thing is a beast. It is really designed for high-density deployments, 3 5 gigahertz radios, and it has a software selectable phased array antenna system. So literally a drop-down, you can choose between 50-degree or 90-degree beam width, and of course that's going to impact your antenna gain as well. So over here to the right, what you see is 12 of these mounted alongside the FedEx Forum right under the scoreboard, and these are basically covering the entire lower bowl of the stadium. So super cool here. FedEx Forum use way more than just the Base Station XG. They use a lot of other form factors as well, and they actually use an entire full stack unified deployment from networking, camera security, everything. And those of you who might be familiar with Unify might be saying, like, what gateway are they using that's going to handle all of this? So once again, it's our first tech field day, so we wanted to make it special, give you guys a treat. So we want to officially announce our Enterprise Fortress Gateway. This is going to be coming up in the next quarter or so. Honestly, the thing's a beast. Over 5,000 simultaneous clients connected, 12 gig throughput with all of your security features enabled. Among those security features, we're talking SSL decryption, sandboxing, anti-malware, and this is fully redundant, right? Not only hot swappable PSUs, but also virtual router redundancy protocol. So basically stack 2 of these things on your network, one of them goes down, it'll seamlessly fail over. If you're on a Teams call or something, you won't even notice. Firewall connection state is tracked. That will also fail over with it for a really smooth user experience.
So the 12 gig IPS-IDS throughput with all the features enabled, is that kind of what you're looking for?
Yeah, that's what it's looking at. Yep.
So it says coming soon, SSL TLS, sandboxing, for example.
Correct.
So will it decrease below? Is it possible it will decrease, or you're trying to spec it out?
12 is looking how we're going to be with everything there. Wow. We might see a little less with some of the SSL and stuff. Some of the stuff we're fine-tuning, but yeah, it's a powerhouse.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
For those of you who are familiar with the Dream Machine Pro, this is like 5 times the capacity of that.
Does this do the splash pages at the stadium?
So the stadium doesn't use the splash page. It's prioritizing just pure user experience, so didn't want to get in the weeds with any of that. You just join, it's an open Wi-Fi SSID.
Okay.
So
anything on cost on those yet, or is that coming later?
it'll come soon, but I'll tell you, they'll probably be the most cost-effective on the market for what you're getting with this.
Fair enough.
So once again, I know we're here for Wi-Fi stuff. Wanted to take a quick look at some results here. Here's some statistics from the FedEx Forum deployment. All of those stats you see on the bottom left, those are pulled right off of the gateway itself. So, tons of attendees. You see a couple games there with over 5,000 simultaneous clients. You see some differences in up and down bandwidth there. That's always unique to look at, right? Which events are people live streaming and sharing with their friends versus which are they looking at other games with. In terms of what you're seeing in the top right corner, that's directly off of our dashboard. Don't know what I can and can't say, so let's just say those are from back-to-back basketball games that take place in March, if you catch my drift.
So that says 6 APs per user, which means you have 5,000 concurrent users times 6, so you have 30,000 APs?
No, so what this is actually saying is it's tracking from when somebody comes in and first connects to the network, on average, how many APs.
APs are they connected to?
Yeah, how many they touch.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay.
So,
Well, that's
so
way different than 6 APs per user, isn't it?
Daryl's not on the line.
Right.
Daryl's on the line.
Sorry, I think I heard a question. Oh, no. But, so yeah, that's a little bit about some of the hardware that we have. Once again, Enterprise Fortress Gateway, EFG is our acronym. that E is going to be really important and something to keep in mind for other products coming this year.
And also, you can call it the BFG, right?
So in terms of software here, so Andrew's going to go more in depth on our software offerings, but I want to talk generally our design philosophy with some of the software and how that we approach the enterprise space there. First and foremost, we want an approachable user experience here, right? You should be able to jump in and it should be intuitive. You shouldn't need to spend months and months and months into certification classes just to do basic things, right? But once again, if you are an expert, great. We've got everything that you'll need to be powerful and go to the next step. Actionable analytics. We give tons of information on our dashboards. We give you metrics. You can export it, syslog, whatever you need, right? We have it, but we like to go a step further and make sure that it's actionable. If clients are having trouble connecting to Wi-Fi, we're not just going to tell you this client can't connect. We're going to tell you, what is it, right? Is it a problem receiving DHCP? Is there a problem reaching your radius server, right? What's going on? We're going to tell you before your user tells you, because we want to get you ahead of the game. Augmented workflows. I think that this is where we're working at now and where we really see us moving for the rest of the year. Ultimately, what I mean is, we want to supplement workflows. We understand that enterprises all have their own distinct workflows, and we want to fit into it and really help streamline that. So for us, that really means two things: APIs and integrations, right? So, if Wi-Fi is performing poorly, great, let's generate a webhook for ServiceNow so that somebody can go take a look at that, right? Let's export stuff into your custom dashboards, however you want it, right? Active Directory, LDAP sync from your identity platform so that those admins can be within your site manager, right? And really empowering you to do more.
Would this include enlisting chat GPT capabilities for yield port? That's getting more traction. I'm just wondering if that's part of.
Yes, so we do actually have a strategy around AI. You can see some of our first results for it. We have a Ubiquiti Portal mobile app. You can go in there, download it. We actually have our AI based in there, so you can ask pre-sales tickets or questions. I want this many APs, this sort of environment, what should I get? And it'll spit out lists and give you some basics. And yeah, we're looking at how we can best put this in the user interface, not just in terms of LLMs, but also more useful stuff and giving you actionable feedback.
I just have a question on, I'm stuck. Your APs you put out have these crazy numbers that I just get stuck on. The Wi-Fi 7 said 350 users per AP.
Yeah, so that's in a stationary state that they're connected.
So it sounds like a marketing term.
Yes.
But we're not marketing people here. How do you have 350 simultaneous connections that have valuable data flows?
I guess that's a fair point, right? We can modify that, and we're working on putting new numbers out.
The reason I ask, because your Pro version had 500.
Mm-hmm.
The airtime's exactly the same on both of them.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So how can one have better use of airtime?
So maybe I'll let Tom explain more. But
Oh wait.
You wait? Great. So next up here, support. We understand enterprises need a little bit more, right? So we have a whole strategy around our support and professional services. All of these things you see here, they are already publicly available. They're being heavily invested in as we go, right? We have expert pre-sales, pre-sales engineers that are going to help large projects, right? White glove service, anything from answering more technical questions, how does this fit into your ecosystem as a whole, to full out helping with the deployment and planning this out in Unified Design Center.
So, so this is great. On your sort of enterprise strategy, one thing that we see, I think, in every enterprise is identity and authentication services. And I guess I don't know that Ubiquiti has a solution for these pre-sales consultation and all of this pre-sales support. Do you have an enterprise-ready identity and authentication solution you would recommend? Is it free radius? Do you recommend people stick with ICE and ClearPass? What would you do if you were building your own?
Yeah, so we're working on our own Unify Identity platform. We have an enterprise version, which is to facilitate this across all sites, but we have a free standard version. And this is where we're
I
putting
didn't know
in,
that. Okay, that's
yeah,
great.
so this is where we're putting in a lot of investment coming up. And this is where I was saying we want to allow stuff to LDAP and integrating your own identity and being able to seamlessly give permissions there. So this is one of the huge parts of our enterprise strategy is integrating with sorts of platforms like that.
Okay. And so you do have one. You do have one that you recommend.
Yes,
and,
we have the identity. I think that we still need to build on it, some more of the advanced functionality, but that's definitely what we're working on. Outside of that, yeah, we support third-party radius, and we're working to make sure that that's all taken care of too.
Perfect. Thank you.
The expert pre-sales and all that. So from what my understanding is, right, so far, it's direct only, right? I mean, you don't have like things like a traditional partnership kind of thing where
Are you on the channel using distributors?
channels.
We are. Okay. We use distribution as well. This right here, we do both direct and through distribution channels, right? So we work with partners if they have large projects coming through. We also have solutions engineers working with them and helping facilitate that. And if you don't mind, hold that point about the partnership thing for just a moment. But quickly, phone support. This has been a big one that we heard. Post-sales, something happens, you want a phone number to call. So I am pleased to announce that we do have this 24-hour coverage. This is released already in the US. It's coming soon, I believe later this month or early next, to Europe, UK, and then beyond that, right? We're serving from 3 global offices, and this is something that we really are taking on with high priority. In terms of UI care, this is our addition to our standard warranty plan. So ultimately, you get this, you have unlimited 5-year coverage, free shipping, and it's a priority service. I typically see devices get there next day, but if you're in more remote environments, you might see shortly after that. Once again, we're looking at how we can continue to improve this and make sure that we can get things there as quick as possible. So to your point, you asked about partnership program. Early, it's something that we have coming up in the next quarter or two, but I do want to say, we understand this is a team game, right? We want to work closer with our partners, things like training, more white glove services, and really things that are going to empower their businesses so that we can grow together. And we understand the importance of all of this, and that's why I think we're really excited to share these, excited to talk, hear some feedback from everybody, and ultimately keep on going. So with that, I'm going to turn things over here to Tom to talk more about Wi-Fi 7.
All righty. Thank you, Craig. Thanks for the wonderful introduction. So I'm Tom. I'm a Wi-Fi engineer here at Ubiquiti. I wear a lot of different hats, but I've been involved with our Wi-Fi 7 product since the very beginning, since we were scoping out initial designs and sitting in a conference room. And Wi-Fi 7, it's a pretty cool evolution, just bench testing stuff, just playing with things at home. As a home user, I'm trying to get that max throughput on the marketing numbers, and it's fun to be able to lay out all my clients and get out my Intel BE200 laptop here, and wow, 2,300 megabits over the air with a real client, albeit with some disclaimers that I'll talk about in a minute. And also, being in a congested residential environment, the new 6 gigahertz spectrum that we introduced with our 6E APs and now with Wi-Fi 7. For big scale deployments, you've got those 59 20 megahertz slices here in the US. You've got the 320 megahertz chunks new with 7 that you can play with. If you're a home user, you've got clear airtime. And we're seeing more and more regulatory environments open up the 6 gigahertz channels to play with. We're actually in a position right now where countries are passing regulation to allow it faster than we update AP firmware. So it's a fun game to keep ahead and make sure that we're giving people all the spectrum they need. South America recently has really opened up a lot. Europe is still about 500 megahertz compared to our 1200, but still plenty to play with. And that's really been our marketing story for Wi-Fi 7. And indeed, this is sort of what every vendor has done. They focused on puncturing, the 496 QAM, the MLO, all of this stuff that you've seen a million times. But there's a caveat here, and it's something they don't want to talk about. This is a performance network. I got that 2300 megabit number by setting an AP on my counter and just putting my laptop right there. That's how you get that 496 QAM. That's how you get that high performance. You make sure you have nothing on there but Wi-Fi 7 clients. You make sure that you have clean air. Then you get these really cool marketing numbers.
So that's where the 6 users per AP that Sam was talking about.
Right, yeah.
But right, this is how they market it to you. And this works great for residential deployments, maybe. You're still not getting 496 QAM more than like 13 feet away from an AP. But this is just really a disservice to the industry, because when you're building an enterprise network, you don't care that a user is going to be able to get 2300 megabits. You don't really care if they're going to get 230. As long as that network is stable and works and you can connect 100, 1,000, 5,000 devices to your campus's Wi-Fi, you care that it works. And so with that said, why would we even care about Wi-Fi 7 for enterprise? Why not just roll 6? Why not just roll 6E if you need the spectrum? Why do we need to go to that standard? Better band steering, low latency, low jitter, enhanced QoS. You see, we don't want to focus on just that bandwidth story. We don't want to focus on those meme features that are new with Wi-Fi 7. Because at Ubiquiti, one of the things we believe is that technology is meaningless without a good user experience. Unless there is a compelling user story, there's no one who's going to want to upgrade bump standards or even want to consider putting Wi-Fi 7 in their applications. You know, when I swapped my laptop to go from 6E to 7, you know, I could replace a card. You can't do that with a phone. You can't do that with integrated silicon. You have to make a dedicated decision. We have relationships with a lot of device manufacturers, a lot of client manufacturers, to talk to them about what their future plans are. And Wi-Fi 7, like Wi-Fi 6E, has a lot of optional features, a lot of things that are still in flux. And so we're trying to present not just a story to you as Wi-Fi professionals to consider deploying Wi-Fi 7, but a story to them as well. Because without client support, everything that we do on the AP side is also meaningless. It's a synergistic, and a good use of the word synergy, approach that has to be done here. So let's talk about how band steering works with MLO, because this is particularly interesting. These are PCAPs, screenshots that I got from doing real MLO clients. I believe this is a Pixel 8 Pro. I can make all of these available shortly after my talk here. But how band steering works is interesting, because normally, you know, we all know how 802.11v works, moving the clients around. But because there's an association maintained on all those bands, there's no management frames sent. If the client needs to roam, it'll just move right over. You're literally freeing up airtime through no extra effort other than just turning on MLO on your network. And we've tested MLO with some clients that support it, some clients that don't support it. But a reasonable mix of semi-modern IoT, MacBooks, Windows laptops, we haven't seen any issues with rolling MLO out, at least in our normal scale lab testing. MLO is still very early, of course, but it's neat to be able to see that these clients are roaming and without that management frame overhead. And MLO, if you haven't seen it yet, how it actually works under the skin, there's an actual discovery beacon. First, it sends out a probe request, just broadcast, gets it back from the AP. The AP says, hey, I'm a member of this MLD, this multi-link group, and it says, you know, I'm also broadcasting on these bands. That way, it's a client decision. The client will get all the information about nearby APs that might have MLO working, and then choose to associate first on one band and then set up the other associations. Today, I'm really focused on MLSR, multi-link single radio. There's been a lot of talk from other vendors and a lot of talk from device manufacturers doing their cool CES showcases about, look at our link aggregation that we can do with Wi-Fi 7. The problem with link aggregation as a story is that that's multi-link multi-radio. If you're building a laptop, if you're building a phone, do you want to put in multiple Wi-Fi radios? If you're building multiple Wi-Fi radios into your device, you're sucking down extra power almost all of the time for no benefit, at least at this point. And even then, so people can upload photos a little bit faster if they have the WAN connection to do it. It's almost meaningless. The real story in MLO is not how fast can I go, it's a story of how fast can I move between bands. It's a real shame that the Multi-AP Association got kicked to Wi-Fi 8, but even so, this is the cool and most important story of MLO. I just skipped through the association there, but that's also how that works. I've got this, again, all of this will be visible in some PCAPs that I'll distribute, but the association request is really interesting how it first associates on one band and then starts setting up on the others.
Hey, Tom, I have a question.
Yeah.
I like where you're headed with this. Is impressive. Do we really want our clients to roam to 2.4?
That's a question, and
I mean, just we can roam there really fast with this,
yeah.
but I don't know if I want that to happen.
Well, with our implementation of MLO, you can set up tri-band or dual band. And in fact, the Pixel 8 Pro, the Samsung S24 Ultra, the devices we've been testing only support dual link. So if offered on 2.456, they'll set up on 5 and 6. They won't even consider 2.4. And that seems to be something that the device manufacturers have come to sort of holistically, which I think we're all happy about. But yeah, in all honesty, we haven't been able to make a device roam down to 2.4. But roaming between 6 and 5, that's far more useful. And in the PCAP, we've got a 6 gigahertz, just pure SSID broadcasting, as well as an MLO. This is the only thing that popped up in Wi-Fi Explorer as the key difference, the actual MLO extension. And you can see some of the features that we have enabled there. Specifically, we have multi-link single radio support on, multi-link multi-radio off for now, because frankly, we haven't seen any client support for it yet at all. We're working with some of our partners to see if that's coming. We can't reveal anything yet. But I think what everybody at home is looking for, what you guys are looking for, is when can I play with it? Everybody sitting here in this room is going to get a free full stack unified deployment. You're getting our Cloud Gateway Ultra, you're getting an 8-port switch, and you're getting a U7 Pro.
That should be clap.
Can we clap?
You can clap for that. I gave out free stuff in Chicago. I'll give out free stuff again.
What
for everybody else?
Yeah, who people who aren't sitting in the room.
You're getting a chip. Don't you worry. I promise you.
Okay, rad. Now I'll clap.
For everybody at home, your Wi-Fi 7 APs are getting the MLO upgrade with 7.1 firmware and Network 8.2.
There you go.
We're going to turn it on for you then. You all can start playing with it with all of your supported clients. And I've been playing around with Linux 6.10 is going to introduce the mainline changes for the Intel BE200 card. Really excited about that. I compiled a very early version of it. It works pretty well, actually. So we're excited to start iterating on this, start working with more and more manufacturers. But now let's shift gears and get off of MLO and talk about latency and quality of service. Radio technology has come a long way in terms of QoS over Wi-Fi. Now you can set QoS priorities on an AP for general traffic. And there have been some proprietary solutions in the past. I believe one vendor's was called Fastlane, where it could work with, I believe, Apple phones and be able to prioritize traffic that way. That's now built into the standard as something called Stream Classification Service. Your phone is actually able to tell the AP, hey, I'm going to send this kind of traffic and I want it prioritized like this. That's a very powerful story. And we're looking to see more and more devices support that. But the real thing I want to call out about our specific Wi-Fi 7 implementation is restricted target wait time. We are rolling with that out of the box today. Now, you might think, why? It's an optional feature for Wi-Fi 7. What's the point of turning that on? All it does is it allows clients to say, hey, yo, AP, I need some specific airtime, just completely clear of everybody else so I can beacon, I can talk. By doing that, you're guaranteeing low latency because the AP doesn't have anything else to process at the time. If you've got something like factory automation, VR, you want to be able to have that controlled wait time, and you want to be able to have that guaranteed time-sensitive networking. Now, is there client support for this yet? We're not really seeing it. But to Craig's point, we're introducing Wi-Fi 7 at 179 US. By introducing it at such a low cost, working with our partners, really democratizing the technology, we want to spur manufacturers to adopt this. Is it an optional feature? Yeah. Is it going to be everywhere? We're going to make sure of it. And so let's summarize Wi-Fi 7 and sort of where we are today with it. All the Wi-Fi marketing you see out there is telling the wrong story. This isn't a throughput story. This isn't a crazy story about, look at this, I got 3 bands going at the same time. No. User experience first. When somebody's sitting in a stadium, when somebody's sitting in the airport Wi-Fi, if they have to jump on a quick call, they want that quick call to work. How much does a voice call consume anyway? 200 kilobits?
Not a lot.
Maybe if you're going to a video call, 5 to 10 megs. You want that to be steady, and that's the key point. When you have more seamless 5-6 gigahertz roaming with MLO, when you have time-sensitive networking, both for your IoT and for your latency-sensitive applications, when you have stream classification working, and when you have clear airtime at scale, that is the Wi-Fi 7 story, and that is why we're passionate about it here at Ubiquiti. And to tell you guys more about some of the innovations that we're doing outside of the Wi-Fi hardware space, I'm going to hand it off to my colleague Andrew here, who's going to talk through our software.
Real quick, Tom. So currently your meshing only uses 5 gigahertz.
That's correct.
Are you guys looking at 6 gigahertz as your backhaul?
We have been, we've been looking into it. Currently, it's something that we're exploring, just prototyping in the lab. But yeah, we've been looking at it.
Okay. Other question, this is from Discord. You shouldn't have probably posted it there.
Oh, no.
What's up with your naming? So you kind of follow a certain fruit company naming convention. What's up with that? And I'll be done.
I mean, it's the whole point is that we want to be able to have people understand at a glance where the product fits in the category. So if I'm building the best network right now, I want a Dream Machine Pro Max, right? It's got the enhanced throughput. It's got some extra goodies in there. I want to pair it with some Pro Max switching and Pro Max APs. I can just know at a glance that that is the scale of network that I want. Likewise, if I'm budget conscious or I want to deploy a small network, I'm looking at our Ultra line. The products all work together, and you can mix and match any scale you want, but it's to be able to give you an instant point of reference without looking at a data sheet and without memorizing a crazy encyclopedic knowledge of how model numbers work.
So is it like just like the Pro versus Pro Max or Ultra? We're talking memory, CPU, some of those.
Exactly. Memory,
hardware.
CPU, chipset, sometimes software features if it's enabled by a certain chipset.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of scale, what about scaling to thousands, tens of thousands of really, really small sites in a unified dashboard, like 100,000 one AP sites?
Hold that question, because that is actually Andrew's job.
Oh, well, there you go.
Nice segue there.
Thanks.
Beautiful.
Y'all have mentioned in the past a bunch of new SKUs coming this year.
You got it.
This is exciting. You also mentioned stuff about different port configurations, dual port configurations, lag, et cetera, et cetera. Have there been any other announcements that have come out, or is there anything else that you guys have available right now that you can share? Like just
what I can share.
Spot there.
What I can share is what I've repeated at UWC, and that is that we have somewhere around. We have quite a few Wi-Fi SKUs that are still coming. We have models for outdoor. We have models that have a lot more features, more higher capacity chipsets, more higher capacity radios. There's a whole lot coming that'll run the gamut all the way from, low price all the way up to big boys.
And in the enterprise space, you guys are, you're making this move into the enterprise space.
Yeah.
Is there a significant amount of those models that are moving into that space, or is it? I mean, how big is this? How big is this push in enterprise? Because you guys are playing in a different sandbox now. And granted, we've all used your product. We all love the product. It's good stuff. Yeah. But when you compare it to the last 3 vendors that we've had in this room, well established, blah 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 blah. Not that you're not. You guys are there, but there's just a different feel to what they're doing. how do you feel like you all can compete in that space coming in as a solution that traditionally has been like, we all have it in our home, but would we all put it in our carpeted spaces?
You know, that's an excellent question, and that's a good way of putting it. Ultimately, our story is one of just scale and growth. You know, we started with, as Craig said, 5 gigahertz point-to-point, adapting Wi-Fi cards to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And we're looking at it from first principles. What do enterprises really need? What do our customers really want us to do? Where do they want us to go? The enterprise push is encompassing pretty much all of our verticals.
Okay.
I can't give any more detail than that, but it is a concerted push from every product team here. We have had a lot of buy-in across every part of the business. People wanting to grow, people wanting to take that next step, people who've even said, hey, you know, I used to have a small office, now my business is growing. I need more oomph. What have you got for us? And it's for those people that we've done our enterprise scalability story. We've talked to partners, we've talked to professionals about what they want to see and the pain points that they see with other vendors. And we're trying to design basically with no legacy weight that we have to carry around. If someone had to do an enterprise scale networking solution, how would it look if they had to not worry about the past and could just start fresh?
Does that mean like there's going to be for enterprises, there's going to be a separate maybe hardware product line, a separate cloud instance? Is it going to be separated out, or is it going to be all still the same?
Tom's buffering.
You're asking me such vague questions. I have to then buffer it through the internal voice of legal in my head.
Yeah. That's fine. That's fine.
You have reached the point where.
In short, what you're going to see is the same great basis that we've used for our products, the same great basis, the same great team, and the same great people inside of Ubiquiti that have put together our existing product line and some of the new stuff like Enterprise Fortress Gateway that are going to work on some of our other enterprise gear.
I think he goes and then I go.
I'll just redo my last question. Can you justify why your marketing says 350 to 500 devices per AP?
I probably can add on to that one because thank you for putting a touch of reality to the marketing jargon out there.
Yeah.
But I think your own marketing is kind of doing a disservice because in that same, like right above that line, it talks about 140 square meters of coverage per AP, which kind of goes in the same line without explaining all the details. That's when we end up solving problems because somebody read that marketing and said, well, they told 140 square meters and now they use that mathematical equation to come out with a number of APs.
Excellent question. So I'll start with the radio associations. Like Craig said, those are done with basically clients at rest, clients that are just associated to the AP but not actually passing traffic. A lot of times that 350 versus 500 restriction is because of the chipset. The radio has to be able to maintain that number of associations. There has to be enough memory on the board to be able to track that. All of these are inbuilt limitations of the hardware.
But is there any reality in an enterprise play you're trying to move to where 350 clients could be on a single AP and it actually does more than let them just be associated?
You know, it's a good question. At the FedEx forum, I was involved with some of the design work there. I've seen well over 150 APs that have at least connected to a single, or 150 clients that have connected to a single AP, or that appear to be connected at one time. Now, those clients aren't doing anything. They're not passing any traffic, but I have seen a significant high number of them at least connected, because at least when you're doing something like a sports arena, those phones are going to be away for most of the time, and then when there's a break in action, everybody's phones comes out, and then there's a burst of traffic, right? But to your point about, you know, how do you determine space, that's actually done by our testing team. We will actually set up an AP. We do testing both indoors and outdoors in specific environments, and we come up with that number based on the testing of our hardware team. Now, yes, it's a question of, does that actually cover that many square meters? Well, yes, it does.
What power levels would like?
It can cover even more. But then, and there might be fine print and then explanations.
Yeah,
it's 140 square meters of rack space or office space or bookshelves.
Ultimately, that's just a quick rule of thumb. And Andrew, I keep trying to segue to this guy. He won't let me segue.
Well, you said software, and I had a hardware question.
Can show you how we have some more advanced design tools that can help you better understand how it would work in a more representative simulation of your space. Additionally, I just want to say that we are working with Ekahau, Cytos, and Hamina to make sure that all of our APs are in their design tools as well. So when you need to make a more fine-grained tool, you want to do a deployment with a bunch of U7 Pros, you'll be able to just drop those in and be able to simulate them and do all of your site surveys as normal.
Good, Tom.
So I do have a question to grab you before you hand off.
Sure thing.
When you say scalable, are you talking about like a single site that's real large, or how about like a small, medium business that might have 10,000 locations?
All of the above. All of the above. Just speaking from experience, I started out, my home lab started out before I even worked for Ubiquiti with the absolute smallest gear possible, and I've kept that same site rolling forward as we've introduced newer and newer products. I've never truly started from scratch. I've been able to keep those upgrades going for my single site. And then as I start to work on more and more things, as I've started to expand, install it for friends or install it for family, I've been able to scale my number of managed sites. And I'm getting real tired of segueing to you. Andrew's going to show you how I do that.
Wow. Finally, Andrew. Geez, why not?
Here I was
Get up
looking
there.
at 30
Come
minutes
on.
up there, and I said, I hear you guys ask lots of questions. Where are they? I don't want to have to talk for 30 minutes. So you guys came in clutch, so thank you for that. And thanks for making the opportunity for us to be here. I'll just say this about the move to enterprise and about the amount of features we're adding. Someone mentioned that it sounds, wait, all these things are associated with Ubiquiti? 24-hour support, pre-sales consultation, dedicated account rep. That sounds pretty crazy. And I hope it sounds familiar because it's the feedback from people in this room, from the people that are attending this call that have told us over and over again of the reasons that they wouldn't go with Unify on a deployment. And we hear that, we listen, and that's really, Tom spoke about how important the user experience is to us at Ubiquiti. That's our approach to pricing. That's our approach to the way the products are packaged together. And so that's still a consideration here. So we listen to what you have to say. We really do care. And so thank you for sharing your feedback and shaping the future of Unify. And so that strategy, I would say, is something that I think everyone here shares some responsibility for because you've helped weigh in on that. So please keep doing that. Tell us if there's problems or things that you still need. And I'll say that about enterprise, like you talked about, like these features that are rolling out. Yeah, we're going to keep coming out with new features. And, Craig mentioned in his presentation that this is all license free. So even if you purchased our product 5 years ago, we just released like dynamic routing protocols this year as part of our push to get parity with more routers on the market on our platform, and that's available now for anybody who bought a gateway device 3 years ago. They still have that feature, and it's not behind a special paywall that for this premium security license you can then access it. You get it for free after you purchased that product years ago. And so I think it's particularly noteworthy. We talked about Wi-Fi 7, so you're paying $179 for a Wi-Fi 7 AP, and it also gives you access for all the future development for Wi-Fi 7 that's going to come. So what better way to future-proof than with a low-cost product like that, and at little to no cost for you. So you can future-proof without having to break the bank, which I think is welcome in this industry when we've sold people on these upgrades. And at the end of the day, they say, Wi-Fi's still Wi-Fi, So that's, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's great. So question, you mentioned like 24/7 support and all that kind of stuff, right? Obviously that's excellent, great news. But if I pay $179 for that AP, right? I'm sure the 24/7 support is not part of that.
You will know that the 24-hour support is a paid feature. We provide free support for everyone.
Okay.
That's by tickets, and so when we're working on making that more responsive all the time and adding SLAs to make it more. And we have a lot of people that work in like enterprise scale deployments that just use our ticketing support because it's enough for them. If they're confident in the solution and they're confident in their ability to resolve problems, they can work with us through tickets. So that's still free and available, but it's good to point that out. I'm glad you did because we don't want everyone thinking that you can just call us as much as you want for free. Because that is obviously a limitation there. So thanks for that. I welcome more questions, but I got to tell you some things about software real quick. I just want to say that, like Craig mentioned, software is really important to us. And since we see this whole value proposition, we get to add all these nice things onto the initial purchase. When you buy that hardware device, You get years of future software development. We don't have to charge for it, and we're doing okay. You know, I don't know why we need licensing in this industry at this level, because at the end of the day, we can make a living selling access points, switches, and routers without having to upcharge licensing fees. And so let's get rid of it. And that's what we're trying to do. And so our whole approach with Unify is about accessibility and ease, and also balancing that with how to make it and innovate to make more advanced processes easier and more able to complete for those more advanced network administrators. So some of you have worked with Unify before, and I'm guessing if you haven't opened it up in 6 months, this is probably new to you already. And that's a testament to our tireless effort to update our software. We update all the time. I have a hard time keeping up with it. And that's because we're just trying to always improve that user experience. And I've been involved with those decisions, and we're always trying to decide what kind of information would be actionable and actually help users versus, you know, sometimes we've introduced analytics that actually created more noise or concern to the network performance than was actually there. And so we're always trying to balance that and make for the best user experience possible. And so you'll notice that our approach to design is very important. I want to note that we have mobile apps that are also free that allow you to basically manage all your deployments worldwide. And again, we talk about our free cloud service. That's unlimited scale. You can have 10,000 remote deployments, and you can manage it through the site manager and without worrying about scaling, without licensing required. So that's where we're seeing a lot of companies that are larger wanting to make the move to Unify, because if it has all the capabilities they need that they can get with other products, if we can eventually provide everything that those products provide, and there's no licensing, then why just pay the extra money for the licensing when you can cut that out? And so that's what we're trying to do with our strategy, is execute on that and make it to where we offer everything people need.
Software updates and firmware updates and stuff like that, like that can be like, if I want to stop it, like, hey, don't.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. We have an option for you to schedule automatic updates. You can turn that off. You can do it manually. You can do your own staging processes. We're trying to make it more flexible to enterprise, staging process. I've worked with patch management before I came to Ubiquiti years ago. And I know the problem of what happens when you push out patches without testing them first, right? And so we want to leave that open to your processes. And so that's, again, a very strong approach with our product. Is all about flexibility and accommodating your workflows and how you want to use our product. So yeah, very open-minded with that.
So going to that scalability and kind of hitting on what Sam did, you've got the individual sites.
Yeah.
And is there going to be any sort of a hierarchical config tree? So I've got my stores, I've got my distribution centers, I've got my campuses for my enterprise. Each of them has their own config, but overall, I always want to have the corporate SSID. Will there be that configuration tree?
Yeah, there already is in Inform, and we're adding more to that all the time. So we just recently added global account management and organizations where you can create a set of site groups where you can have a customer, like let's say you installed 8 different networks for a customer, 8 different offices. You can have a group for all of their deployments with their own admin accounts that define the rights and access. It even goes to things like physical security, like they can swipe a card at any of the facilities without having to go into each account and setting up that account. So we're adding more to that all the time. I'll show you more about that in just a minute, but if we get through it. But I just want to show you, we have the same approach with Unify. This same approach towards ease of use, accessibility, aesthetics is present in all of our product lines. And you can manage all of our products through the same interface, that one pane of glass. You can switch between video security to VoIP solution to network, all hosted on one device, and all switched with the same software interface just by clicking at the top there. And just from the top left, you see there, I can select all my sites that I want to and type in a site, and it'll automatically switch me over to another site. If I want to go to Seattle, there I am. And so we try to really integrate the whole management experience for those large-scale managed service providers and make it a better experience. And so we've been working very hard on that with our site manager platform.
I've got a question from social.
Yeah.
Does an enterprise play mean that we'll see streaming telemetry, APIs, integration with external management systems
Yes.
and the like?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Easy
Yeah,
answer.
we're working on it. Yeah,
Cool.
It's coming. I'd say this year we'll have a lot of that there.
Thank you.
All right, no problem. So yeah, this is some other features and tools that I just want to emphasize. We offer all these different tools that can offer benefit with the deployment process, again, for free. You can design your deployment, and this is really cool. We've geared this towards professionals now to where you can create a project if you're a managed service provider. You can go in and put the floor map of the customer site. You can plan what you want to do. You can generate a bill of materials. You can present that to the customer. and show them a simulated coverage of what that deployment is going to look like based on how you propose the cell. We just keep adding more features here to make it easier for you to scale up your managed service provider business as an integrator, as an installer. And so we just want to keep adding more features there to make it easier to do business with Unify, again, without charging money for this feature.
Will you be adding multiple floors for buildings at some point?
We've heard the feedback plenty. I would expect we would. I haven't heard anything about that feature myself, but I know that it makes sense to me. I agree with it. So I think it'll be there at some point, but I will also recommend that. Thanks for sharing. We also have other features. We have other products and things that can help. So once you've deployed a network, you can use our Wi-Fi Man app. We have a little dongle that you can use too, a little card that you can use to help scan Wi-Fi and do a walkthrough of the deployment to check for coverage and make sure everything looks good after deployment, fine-tune coverage, move this AP over 10 feet over. You can do, and this is just a free app. It's usable. Yeah?
Does that data you collected validation have any way to map it back to the original design and match to see how accurate it was?
I don't think we have that capability right now. I don't know, Craig, can you say?
So you're saying taking the data from there and bringing it back?
Is your mic on?
It is. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, just you have a way to design predictive, then you have a way to collect data.
Yeah.
The
How do we
Holy
do
Grail is,
that?
did it actually work,
So-
and
so-
how close was it?
Going in diff.
So yeah, one of the things that we're working on is trying to tie all of this together. It's still a work in progress, but ultimately our vision is to be able to bring this in, design center, Wi-Fi Man, right? We want to collect this stuff, this data, bring it into the interface itself. We have Unify Interspace already, which is basically design center with your APs and switches and stuff that you already have. But yeah, we want to really use this for active management and being able to see some of your channelization and all of that stuff there, real world. So that's one of the initiatives and kind of where we want to.
And yeah, to head off the next question, can they do cable runs? Have you seen their rack designer?
Yeah, you can,
cool.
you can design the cable runs in advance too, so this is kind of fun. But yeah, check out our tools, try them out, see what you think. We're also adding more advanced troubleshooting tools, like this view here is a coverage troubleshooting tool that helps you identify where there's weak signal strength, see where you need to add more AP density. It provides recommendations based on the signal strength and the client experience of those devices. And we're just, these are just more tools that you can use that just to improve your ability to manage a large network. We're adding more all the time. We have a connectivity troubleshooting tool that Craig alluded to that allows you to troubleshoot and see what happens whenever clients aren't able to connect to Wi-Fi. Where did it break down? Was it on the DHCP level? Was it with DNS? You can see that and get information about where it went wrong and debug that. Yep, go ahead.
Sorry, but you're on the middle of your run, but going enterprise, your RRM, how does it incorporate client feedback, or is it just AP to AP?
Yeah, so it incorporates client feedback from my understanding. We're going to add more there. We actually have a tool coming up. I'll show you real quick right here, which is just more detailed client analytics. So this is a client analyzer tool that's going to basically allow you to deep dive. So you get a call from your customer. He says, hey, the CEO's really upset because he's in his office trying to get on his Wi-Fi. And he says he's having all sorts of issues. I can't figure out what's going on. You can be able to use this tool, which we'll release later very soon, and you'll be able to do a deep dive and see what happened, get a history for that client, see what went wrong, and do various debugging and analysis from there. So that's coming. I also want to highlight...
Inspection?
What'd you say?
On the right, is that like application inspection?
Yeah, this is like can also give you like history of their usage of traffic. So if you're trying to identify a problematic client that's maybe looking at naughty sites on the network, there we go, we got that there for you. So whatever concern that network administrators get, there's a wide range of things that fall under that umbrella. But I also want to highlight for this crowd, I think you'll be happy, we're adding packet captures through the GUI as well. That will allow you to comb through the packet analysis here through the GUI, but also download the PCAP file using whatever third-party tool you want to use. And these are the kinds of tools we want to keep adding because, again, we've heard from you. You said you wanted it. We're going to add it, and we should have it pretty soon. But those are just some features that we're adding on all the time. We've also got a channel optimization tool that's coming in the future. So as you know, site surveys are an important part of deploying a network, but sometimes people don't do it very well. We have to have a contingency of what we're going to do when that doesn't happen and how we can look for problems and identify issues where channel usage isn't optimized, where there's potential problems with different metrics, and we can also get a log of, auto optimization changed this AP to this channel for these reasons, and then it'll give us a log here so you can tell what happened. So if you turn this on, then you can verify what the history is. But that's another one of those kind of tools that, it has different use in different deployments, but we want to try to resolve some of the issues proactively that could happen in the network. And just to nail this point down, this is our site manager. Craig mentioned it. You can manage unlimited sites. They can be hosted and managed however you want. And the cloud service is optional, but I just wanted to drive that point home. You don't have to pay a cent. You get unlimited scalability, and this is that site manager platform. We have
a question about that.
Yep.
From a single customer, what is the max number of sites you've seen?
I mean, I know some customers that have done thousands, and sometimes not optimal ways too. So I've seen it done like a point of sales equipment vendor. I've seen them install a lot of APs across different sites and manage those themselves. So really, it's not a lot of resources required to do this, and so we're able to manage that and scale it up pretty easily. And we pay for the services on our end, but we still are able to do that, and I think it's an important value proposition. So just one thing to flag. Well, I just want to say, I'll just show you, this is kind of how easy it is to set up SD-WAN. This is one of the ways we've innovated, called Site Magic. You can open up your site manager, click between multiple sites, set up a VPN in just a few clicks. Ooh, boom. There we go. We've got a VPN set up that quickly across those sites, and that's one of those ways we're trying to make things easier too. Because you know how to do it, but why spend a lot of time on it when you can do it in 30 seconds? And last, we got some reports coming, but that's the end of my time. Thank you, everybody, and it's been a blast. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Right. 4 seconds. Wow, nicely done for your first time.
I shut it down real fast.
Sam. Oh, sorry, my bad.
So they show up for the first time, they rock the presentation, they release new hardware, and they give some of it away. Yeah, y'all figured Tech Field Day out.
Yeah, that was, you guys got that faster than most people do.
Yeah. Also, I want to throw a shout out to someone who did something amazing. Mac Telecom, who DM'd me this morning and was like, hey, I want to reshare the Tech Field Day stream on my YouTube channel. And I'm like, sure, why not? Y'all are nuts. 450 people have been watching the stream on his stream alone.
465.
And I found out I am the second favorite Tom in this room. Thank you very much. But no, this was great. And I want to say thank you to all of you for honestly giving me a new perspective on a lot of this stuff. If you guys are interested in making a Linux distribution, there was a poll, and I think they're down for that. So, but no, realistically speaking, thank you all out there for watching. Thank you all for our delegates for asking all of these great questions. We are going to have a little bit more Q&A, but sorry, folks, we got to take that one off camera because who knows what they're going to show us next. Now is the part of the event that, is always kind of the denouement a little bit. This is the last presentation of Mobility Field Day 11. So let's see here, Dev and Fernay and Ron, Kevin, you guys aren't noobs anymore. Congratulations, you survived. Especially at Wireless and Mobility Field Day, that seems to be more of a badge of honor than anything else because my liver is still smarting from the first one that I went to. But no, thank you all very much for coming, and we had lots of great presentations. We'll have those posted probably on Monday, depending on how much partying I do over the weekend, and by partying I mean sleep. But we will also have all the streams available on our LinkedIn page. If you head over there right now, you can actually see the full-length videos. We're going to dice them up into bite-sized chunks for you later. But we also have more great stuff coming up. In fact, in 2 weeks, we're going to be back with a brand new event that we've never done before, App Dev Field Day. Stephen Foskett's going to be out here in Santa Clara with some of our friends from the Futurum Group, along with some other great delegates and some wonderful presenters. The next time that you get to hear the dulcet tones of my voice will be in beautiful, sunny, it's the inside of an oven, Las Vegas. Yeah, it's going to be June and probably 145 degrees, but that doesn't matter because we're going to be indoors at Cisco Live US. We're going to be hearing about some great new technologies that they're going to be releasing. And then, let's see here, Steven's going to be back right after that with Cloud Field Day, and then I'm going to be back at HPE Discover this year. So June is just basically a train wreck of a month for us, but that's okay because let's be fair, when I'm not on the road, you guys aren't getting great content. But if you want to check out all the great content that we've recorded on this in the past, make sure you head over to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/techfieldday. And whether you were watching us live on our website, whether you're watching us on Mac Telecom stream, whether you're watching us on LinkedIn, or on TechStrong TV, no matter where you were able to consume this event, thank you very much for being a part of this. Because of you, I get to be gainfully employed for a little while longer, and everybody likes that. But remember that no matter what else, Tech Field Day will return.
All right, that was pretty awesome. Let me make my camera a little bit bigger. That was great. What did you guys think of it? And it was awesome having the shout out, and we had the wireless nerd who is live on site, so that was also great. I hope they do more of it. I mean, these guys are doing it all the time, but Ubiquiti, this is the first time that they've been to it. So, you know, it was awesome. UI Tom did a great job. Craig did a great job. I think the last guy's name was Andrew. Hopefully I didn't mess that up. That's the first time I've ever seen him. I saw Tom and Craig at Ubiquiti World Conference, and it was awesome. So we got announced the EFG, which enterprise, what does it stand for? Somebody tell me. And then we got the U7 Pro Max. Let me just go back to this screen so that you guys could get some dark mode. Kind of dark mode. Yeah, but I thought it was awesome. I mean, that was a great show, and they need to do more live streams like this so that the general public could see things like this. I will be buying some Ubiquiti stock. Like, a lot of the things that they showed, the EFG is the Enterprise Fortress Gateway. Yeah, that's right. So I forget what it said, 25 gig uplink, something like that. Some of the things UI Tom was saying, a little bit over my head, but I'm sure the guys who were sitting there, you know, I forget the one guy's name, Keith. If Wireless Nerd's still here, maybe you could put it in here. But yeah, check out their website. Check out the Wireless Nerd's his YouTube channel and his Twitter. Let me put the Twitter in. Wireless Nerd. Hold on a sec. I mean, it's great stuff. Most of you are into Wi-Fi, obviously. I know the majority of my audience here is for Ubiquiti, but Wireless Nerd does great content. And he's at way more events than I'm at. The only event that I've been to is Ubiquiti World Conference, which was so much fun. So I'm going to stick around for a little bit. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button, the like button, before you pop out if you are heading out, because, I mean, it'd be good to get some likes. Yes, the 12 gigabit IDS IPS, that is going to be huge. You're not going to need this for your home, I don't think. I bet you most people here, or I bet you a lot of people here will end up getting it for their house just because why not? It's the newest thing. The partnership program is big. I need to go back and watch that and see what they actually said. I kind of zoned out for some reason, but I need to, yeah, I think that would be great. Gotta love Unify. I have managed over 94 networks. Yeah, when he was talking about amount of sites, I think the sites that I do, I think I have about 300 different sites. I mean, it's not thousands of sites, but under Site Manager, I'm about 300, which is, I still think that's impressive, especially that it's free. Cody, we need you to attend more events. Yes, I might eventually. I might. We'll see. It's a lot of travel. I'm a homebody, but a lot of people have asked me to do some traveling, so I might end up doing it soon. Sent some pictures in the Discord. Okay, I will post them eventually. Maybe, if I can. A few of them I can. That's the model name. Okay. I want an Access Hub, but I have not crafted the lie to buy it. Just say you need it for business. It's like a business write-off or something like that. Home Labbers Rise Up. That's whose EFG is definitely not for home. You're wanting to, like, even the businesses that I deploy for, which is small to mid-size, it's not for them. I could use a Pro Max to do that, and it will be perfectly fine. You're looking for something like the EFG, that's going to be a stadium or, you know, an actual enterprise with 5,000 clients. I work for Tech Field Day, and we stream every single event. The website and social media channels have all the information. Let me see. And the website. Okay, so I sent people to the website. Make sure to go there. And I think I sent you guys the Twitter as well. But yeah, I'm going to have to go back and I'm going to have to watch that Meraki stuff. I'm sure it was interesting. I would love it, but the funds stop me from purchasing. Yes, funds always aren't fun. I wanted to go to the London event, but it was only for companies. Was it only for companies? Or could you have signed up? I don't really know. I want the SSL decryption. I'm running this business by myself for just under 3 years. Congrats. It is hard to run a business, especially yourself. I primarily do it myself. I have my brother help me sometimes, as you've seen. The EFG is the Enterprise Fortress Gateway. So it's like the next step up from the UDM Pro Max. I mean, it's not available yet. They just showed it off. I want this site manager to adhere to the Unify name and give the option to use the SSID's implied network schemes across all sites. And I think somebody did ask that question to the last presenter. And I don't think he answered it properly, but I think that would be great too. So say you had 20 different sites. You had your main site, your headquarters site that has SSID of Mac Telecom, and you want to push that to all of your other sites. To do that with a click of a button through Site Manager would be amazing. Yeah, sub to Tech Field Day as well. I mean, they got a lot of subs. They're at 50,000 subs. Lots of Ubiquiti info. So this is the first time that Ubiquiti's been there. That's what they were saying at the first. I don't think Ubiquiti's ever done a live stream. Don't quote me completely on that, but I think that's pretty much it. They didn't mention a price, no. I would think if I'm gonna guess. We'll see if I'm not even gonna guess. I'm not gonna guess. But they didn't mention a price, no. Great stream. Now got to go figure out why the auto firmware updated my U6 this week. Now started to direct giant. That doesn't sound like fun, but have a good night. Thank you for watching. UI stock up 3% after market. Nice. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of money. I mean, it's for enterprise, right? But if we're talking about enterprise, other enterprise firewalls, it's probably going to be like 1/5 of those. Toxic, thank you for the 5 memberships gifted. I really appreciate it. That's awesome. Thank you very much. Renee, how's it going? Cyberdog got a gifted. Who else got a gifted? Michael got a gifted. That's awesome. Rich, Ritesh, and Heaven got one. Awesome. EFG 3500. Maybe. Yeah. The EFG would not be for you, probably. if you're just using it for your house or your small office. Yeah, probably not. Love that they are expanding to cover the large site setups, especially with the UDM Pro Max. Got one project at the moment. Yeah, that will have 1,000 APs. Wow. They started doing gifted subs on YouTube quite a while ago, actually. Or, yeah, gifted memberships, like, what, a couple years ago when they started bringing in, like, the gaming aspect of YouTube. What does gifted mean? It just means that somebody, because there's a price to the subs, or my memberships, and they scale, say, like $2.99. They gifted 5 of them to people. I really should do more with the memberships, and I will work on that. Where like people get, if you're a member of the channel, you get to see my videos like a day earlier or something like that. You need it for your house. Yes, me too. Robert Parrott tried to go to Enterprise 2017, then pulled back during, they lost a lot of top guys like PF Sense. Yep. Well, hopefully they could do it. It seems like after seeing Robert Parrott at Ubiquiti World Conference, I mean, I'm excited for the future of Ubiquiti for sure. Cody, forgot to tell you my entire house is finally all Ubiquiti. Sweet. -2. -2. I can't talk about this. I'm not going to speculate on anything that's not been like said publicly. Wonder what made him decide to give it another shot. Well, the enterprise market is a huge, I mean, it's a lot of money, and Ubiquiti does it really easy, like with their networks, their Wi-Fi deployments, all of that type stuff. So I think a lot of people are going to like it, but they need to get out all enterprise gear that's going to scale to that level. Buying my Dream Machine next week. I'm really liking their lineup. Yes, the lineup is awesome. There's a price to joining the channel, as in becoming a member of the channel. Different idea than just subscribing. It is. I mean, so what the memberships really are is if you want to support me, you could be a member. That's pretty much it. It's you definitely what helps out the channel is watching my videos and being here during live streams. But if you feel like doing more, you could become a member. That's pretty much what it is. There are member perks that we could put in, and we will. I bet Dave's Garage will have a new router, but Dave's Garage doesn't have that. He doesn't have that many clients. Actually, who knows? Who knows? Dave's Garage is awesome. It is a great feeling when everything in your house is Ubiquiti. It's just a lot easier when you have everything that is just one brand. Ubiquiti shirts need a pocket. That would actually be kind of cool. Have a pocket in your shirt. We just took off, actually last week I just took off 2 clients from Meraki because of licensing fees. And next week I'm taking off a few more. Anyone want to buy my 2300? Is that what Orbi sets go for? That's crazy. Was that the basic? Yeah, so that was parts. They had other parts of the UWC, but which were really cool. They incorporated. They were showing the FedEx forum there. That was its own speech with Daryl DeRosia, and it was awesome. So there were parts that were at UWC for sure. What do you think about deploying Ubiquiti on a cruise ship? I'm currently working on one project and I'm hoping for the best because I cannot get the Cloud Key Enterprise. You probably don't need a Cloud Key Enterprise, but yeah, you could do it on a cruise ship. I don't see why not. He wants over that's if I get the EFG or whatever, if anybody gets it, you need to have like a super fast connection to be able to, you know, test the 12 gigabit per second that they're saying on their slides. It is a wireless access point. That's what that acronym stands for, and anything else is wrong. Let's see. With Unify, I'm happy to be able to go to one place, check out. Yes, I like that as well. Hey, I mean, if you feel like you need to switch, there's other people in the market, right? It's crazy how Ubiquiti even makes home routers look hard to use. It's crazy how Ubiquiti even make. Oh yeah. Ubiquiti does it so easy. I mean, it's a couple clicks. Cody, if any of my festivals happen this year, you should come. What are the festivals? Got the cable modem, router switch, NVRs, cable, and wireless access points. Nice. Yeah, the licensing's crazy. A lot of vendors do it. It's not just Meraki. It's really hard to imagine an actual very large deployment at enterprise level, but you think that Amada could do that? I don't think so. Yes, what you said. Let's see where. The pet alert and protect. I love it too. I have one client, actually, we're working on a live video for them, and some people have probably seen it. It's for the farmhouse, but I think we have about 35 cameras around there. But I was checking out the animal detections the other day, and all you can see is a bunch of, deer and, beavers and other things. It's great. It works awesome. I'm going with the UDM Pro Max and high aggregation and 175 Wi-Fi APs. That's awesome. That's a big deployment. How is your Zima board home automation coming along? I haven't even looked at my Zima board since I use it sometimes to do testing. I probably should get back into that though. Wish Ubiquiti had a gear coupon program to help upgrade gear. That's not a bad idea, actually. I know they had I think when you check out, there's like a coupon code space. I don't know if anybody's ever had the coupon though. Just installed a camera at my GF's parents. It's connected over a power beam between 2 houses. It's also fun to remotely. Yeah, it's awesome. I love doing stuff like that, like point to multi-point with a bunch of cameras. It's great. Yeah, I just called them APs. Well, when I first started in networking stuff, they used to be called wireless access points or whatever acronym they put there. And then some artist changed the meaning of it. And when you say that, I mean, it's completely different. I thought the multi-link operation was discussed. Yeah, it was great. It was great. I don't think I would ever be able to explain it nearly as well as Tom. So I don't know if you see an MLO, you know, like strictly just based on that. We probably could do some testing whenever it comes out, though. Can only attempt. Yes, that is true. I still feel they should have purchased Synology outright. I think that would be cool. Synology is, I don't even know what their market cap is. It's probably huge. I want a new version of the Dream Machine. The Dream Router was disappointing. Of a dream. You should get a, well, I mean, they got tons of different, like, well, you could get a Dream Router, but you could get a Dream Wall, or you could get one of these new ones. Pro Max, things like that. And speaking of that, well, we're speaking of that. If you are purchasing anything, here comes a plug. If you are purchasing anything, I have an affiliate link with Ubiquiti. So there you go. Let's go back to their main website so it's a little darker. Probably only be on here like 15 more minutes or so. We've been going for almost 2 hours. Let's see. Where was I? Protect is by far the best surveillance software. I think so as well. I do distribution for production and bars for concert in the GTA. Oh, you're in the GTA. Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm on a good day, I'm probably only 40 minutes away from you. Send me an email or go through my website. Yeah. Let's see. I got a coupon phone from Reddit in 2020. Oh, really? Or a coupon code. I've never seen one before. Mainly because of Cody, I made my entire house fitted with Unify. Awesome. Wish they had a loyalty program. Spent over 100K. Yes, I mean, yeah. I think when you used to answer stuff in the community, they had, if your answer got approved, like say you were helping somebody out in the community and they were troubleshooting and that answer was the correct thing, if it got approved, you got like a little, I don't know, whatever, a check mark or something, and when you got enough check marks, you got a discount. I don't know if they still do that though. We do need to bump up the likes on the stream. We got 300 people here, 163 likes. I love their new, like the doorbell that I have, the Doorbell Pro, the Ethernet wired one. It's been working great. I love the package detection. Do you think the UDM Pro will handle load 175 APs, 10 switches? Well, what does it say here? I thought it said it could have 200. Up to 200 plus unified devices, 2,000 plus concurrent. I think you'd be okay. What you should really do, like if you're going to be deploying at something of that scale, you should go here, experts.ui.com, because they'll kind of point you in the right direction. But you should be able to. Are you planning on getting a UI intercom? I am actually working on a job right now. So the farmhouse, we're installing the intercom for their gate controller. It will be opening up their gate. And then we're working on another job with 13 doors. 3 of the doors have intercoms on it, and we're allowed to film all that. Hey, Cody, forgot to tell you about a new goodie. It's called Wallabot. It can stand walls for studs. Oh, that's cool. I've never actually heard of that. I've never used Verkada. I don't think I would. Aren't they licensed too for their cameras? That's what I hear. Anyway. So would love to use your Ubiquiti affiliate link, but okay, so what happens with that affiliate? I think if you just click on it and it directs to the United States store. If you change the store, it should still work. That's how I understand. Yes, it is so easy. I have no idea what their market cap is. Maybe. I'm not a expert in any of that. Would like to see Protect and Access integration. It is. There is integration with it. So if you could have Unify Access running on your UMBRs now. If, say, you have a camera at your main door and you're using a Unify reader Lite, I forget, or the G1 reader without the camera on it, when somebody swipes in, you could pair that camera at your front door to take a video clip of them. Anyone know of installers doing a demo of the doorbell installs? I've done a video on the doorbell. I ran an Ethernet cable, but I didn't do like step by step by step. I did coupon code for 10% off when I received my UMBR that had a scratch on it. Oh, nice. Okay, so maybe that's what they do it for. That's cool. I'm doing the same for the UI as a gate controller, but still not ideal for a house. Setups like an apartment building ask you to dial. Yes. Well, so it's still new. They're still upgrading the firmware in the intercom as well. They'll add a ton of stuff. These guys are champs. We're loading them down with questions, and they're being so cool. See, that I should have been there live. That would have been great. I need to start going to more events. I know this is probably like a... If you guys have any questions, go ahead. Let's see. Loving the releases and the ability to load. Yes, I can't talk about that crap. But anyway, yeah, that's going to be cool. How does it work if you want a doorbell at your front door and also back door? Well, you could get 2 doorbells. I just don't know. I don't have 2 doorbells and I haven't installed 2 how it works with the chimes. Yeah. So actually the place we're going to install those 13 doors, they have literally every single camera that, I think pretty much every camera that Ubiquiti has. They have the AI DSLR for their meeting room, and we're tying this all into Unify Access as well to tie the cameras to the doors. It's going to be a really cool video. I just got to make sure I don't get flustered and I forget to film things. Because when I'm on site doing a job, I'm there to actually do the job. Filming kind of comes secondary, but they watch my channel, and they said, I didn't even ask, they said you could film everything. Hey Mac, we are migrating from Meraki to Ubiquiti as well in south of Brazil. Thank you for the videos and helping. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. What % of your revenue is from Protect, or is it mainly APs? We do. I mean, are you talking about installs? It's probably 50-50. Like, we do Protect installs all the time. We do network installs all the time. I mean, the good thing about Ubiquiti, they kind of have it all. They have the switching, they have the camera, well, they have the door access, they have the phones now. So it all when you have the full stack, it integrates really well. So if somebody rings your doorbell, like the actual door access G2 reader, and you have a unified talk phone, well, it's going to ring on that talk phone. You could talk to the person at the door, and then you could buzz them in on the video screen. It's awesome. It works so good. Chime can only be assigned to 1 doorbell. Okay, gotcha. So you'd have to have multiple chimes. Would be cool to see a video on the Unify Access intercom. You will be seeing it. That will be coming in the next few weeks for sure. I don't think the phones could work with the Doorbell Pro. I'm not 100% sure though, because you could use Protect on it, and I haven't tried it though. That's something I haven't tried. I could. I have not heard of whatever that is. Who would want a Ubiquiti TV but a competitive price? Like, I don't know. The TV market is something I need them to be in. We just installed a Samsung frame downstairs, and I'm pretty happy with that. Low-key, this is my newest favorite channel that I found. You're doing good work, brother. Thank you for watching, Tyler. Appreciate it. Anyone here an installer or know of one I know of installers pretty much all over the world. So just reach out to me if people need installer. Yeah, I'm an installer, but not in San Francisco. just in Canada. I'm currently testing the PoE chimes with Access. Yes, the PoE chimes work with Access as well now, which is really cool. Yeah, so that's one thing that I actually talked to Ubiquiti about. I forget what their answer was. I put it in the Discord, didn't I? I want the ability to shut the 2.5 gigahertz radio off. Because we're working on that design right now for that 7th floor co-working space. That's my second latest video. I posted it like 2 weeks ago. But in the design, we need to turn off the 2.4 gigahertz radio in 3 out of the 8 access points. And there's no toggle switch to just turn it off. I saw rumors of a new all-in-one access hub. I think I'm not sure about that. That would be cool though. I can't get enough of your content. I noticed you never put one up on the Mission Critical. I did. Put up one for... I swear I did a video on the Mission Critical. That's when it first came out. Here, I'll get you the link. Mission Crypt. Yeah, it's right here. I did in 2022. 2 years ago. Skinny Cody. All right, Wireless Nerd, have a great time at the event. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. And yeah, thanks. Yeah, it was great. Yeah, the Mission Critical switch is pretty old, actually. Like, thinking about it, it's 2 years since I did that video, which is kind of crazy. Let's see. I'm an installer in the UK. I thought Hostify did like a job board thing before. I think they did it. I don't know if it's still going on though. So I think there is a way where you could turn the 2.4 off. I think you just turn the power to 0 or to 6 or the lowest it could go. I still want them to make a home smoke detector. I think that'd be kind of cool. Thermostat, all that type stuff. What about a separate SSID? Well, it's still going though, right? Like your 2.4 would still be on. Do you offer services for setting up home networks? Yes, I do. So my rate did go up a little bit because everything's going up in this world, which I think I'm still fairly competitive. But my rate is $250 an hour Canadian. I mean, that's for consultation work, configuration, all that. Maybe I should make my website dark mode as well. So it's $250 an hour Canadian, which is like $190 US or something like that. But yeah, I help out homes, businesses, whoever wants to pay me, really. Did you secure a full network stack Unify kit for us in the basement? Absolutely. Okay, so why disable 2.4? What if a legacy device needs Wi-Fi? So in the plan, we have 8 APs. 5 of them are still broadcasting 2.4, and we still have coverage. We want to eliminate interference, so that's pretty much why we were doing it. And we still have 2.4 throughout the whole floor. Cody, are we now able to use the new way of doing SSID? I forget what it's called. Oh, PPSK? Yeah, you could do that, yeah. All that type of stuff you should teach a class. I will come to it. I'm already deploying systems in customers' home because of you. Nice. I'd love to get more insight. Your videos are super powerful. Thank you, Jason. I think we worked together before. I believe a couple times. But doing like paid classes and that, I'm just, one, I don't have the time for it. Two, this all started because I wanted to, well, one, I wanted to start my own business, and then I just like doing the videos, and that's how I'm going to keep it. People watching my videos, that helps me out a lot, and then that brings in business for me. I'm not a great teacher in that way. Like, I wouldn't be able to sit through a class for 8 hours and teach people. I just couldn't do it. Yes, dark mode website. I should have an option for people to choose dark or light mode. I'll have to see. You're an installer in KYIN and nice. See, there's lots of people here. I'm going to sleep. Need to be up in 5 hours. Oh no. Well, thank you for coming by and have a great evening. I have a lot of videos. I'm gonna have to. I think Crosstalk was, or no, I forget who it was. I need to go through my videos that are like kind of not relevant anymore. Like when we're looking back at Unify, 6.5 or something like that, and it's the legacy interface. I need to take those videos down, or just pause them so people can't see it, put it on private, because it's kind of useless now because the interfaces have changed so much. Like if I look at I have a ton of videos. Let me see. I have 883 videos. Mind you, I was pretty consistent with doing one live stream a week. So that minus 300 live streams, 583, whatever. It's all good. Nice. It's hard to keep track of all the names of some people. Well, and your actual names are different than, your YouTube names and your real name are different, but that's great. I love working with people. It's awesome. You have changed my family's life, little do you know. Well, that's great. I love to hear that. Is PPSK still limited to WPA2? I believe so. I haven't actually used it. Like I don't have PPSK running in my house. We have used it for a lot of like apartment complexes. Why can't we get a Gateway Lite with an SFP Plus and PoE? It'll just drive costs up, most likely. Yeah, I've thought about there are people who train. There are actual trainers. I'm trying to think of their names now. Oh gosh. I can't. I mean, there's Ubiquiti Train that you could go to and get certified that are paid to weekend courses. And that's all they do. That's all they focus on. They just do Ubiquiti training. I mean, mind you, primarily all my videos are Ubiquiti, but they have it in a format where they're deep diving into Wi-Fi. They're doing radio planning and all that type of stuff. I will stay on here another 5-10 minutes, so ask some more questions. What's coming up on the channel? I will be doing more on-site videos. There's a couple things that I need to work on too for like actual config videos. We need to work on a video for Unify config 2024 networking video because a lot's changed in the interface. I need to do an updated video on Unify Talk. I probably should do an updated video on Unify Protect. The other controllers, Unify Access, I mean, I should do it on all of them. Connect, that's something I probably won't do a full 2024 video on because it's not really needed at this time. I was so happy to see the Pro Max, the 16 port Pro Max will have to replace. Yeah, it's a great thing. It's a great switch. Chantel's in the live stream. She says, hi, everybody. Please remember to hit the like button while Cody's on here. Yes, and then I will shout out our vlog channel if you are interested. There will be more videos coming up. We're going to Sarasota in 3 weeks. Where else are we going? We're going to Orlando in August. Maybe somewhere else in November. We'll see. You're thinking about putting the... So I met one of the guys, and actually I need to write him back. I just saw that they DM'd me. I think they're called Wi-Fi U. Is that what they were? Wi-Fi U. Wi-Fi U. Was this it? Yeah, this was it. So I met one of the guys at Ubiquiti World Conference, and they asked me, like, would I be somehow integrate me into their classes and come teach, and I'd probably be paid something. I think it would be really cool. I just don't know if I could dedicate my time to it, but that's who the training's through, Wi-Fi U. They could come out with a updated UDR this year. I would make me happy. Yep. Is the cell phone of that I can't speak on because it wouldn't be general release. What was the most challenging project I'd had as a business? I mean, I don't even know. Most of them haven't been like super super challenging. This one jewelry store we were working at, it's just been ongoing for years, because at the beginning of the project, that's when the stock shortage fell. And it's still kind of ongoing. Another one, we were looking after this retirement home, and we needed about 60 nano HDs or something back in the day, but the U6 long range were coming out at the same time. And this was during the slowdowns in stock as well. So the MSP who was looking after all their, their endpoints said, no, we're not getting nano HDs. We need the newest Wi-Fi 6. Okay, they're spending the money. They're roughly around the same. Well, it took me 2 years to get those Wi-Fi 6 APs just because of the stock shortage, where their devices they're only ever going to use 2.4. So it didn't make much sense. I don't really have much, there's not too much challenging projects that I have, really. They're all pretty straightforward. Or I just can't think of any at this time, which is probably the biggest thing about it. I mean, cabling challenges, like we're doing that that workspace, 300 cables. It's not a crazy amount, but it's still a lot of cables. So pulling all those cables, terminating them all, setting up the network, doing all that type stuff. It's challenging, but it's definitely workable. Okay, well, I think I'm going to call it there. Thank you all for coming by the stream. Oh, wait, here we go. How often do you correct wiring for general contractors? I actually got all the time. I'm going to look at a job this Wednesday for, I think they want Unify access at 2 locations, but they also want me to clean up their 2 network rooms because they're a disaster. So it's pretty much every time we go and take over a new business, we're cleaning it all up. Do you also monitor sites after the install? We do sometimes if they want us to. It all depends. Usually what happens, like the co-working space we're working on, I manage all their sites. I think they have like 8 buildings or something like that. But usually what happens, we do the build out, we do the initial config, and then we hand it over to their IT team. And then, we wipe our hands clean. We give them the ownership of their UDMs or whatever they're using, and then they delete us. But if they need help, they could always call us and we could do a live session together, and I could control their UDM or control their screen to do configs. But yes, everybody, I am off. Thank you for coming by. It was great. It was really nice to see Ubiquiti do a live stream pretty much to the public. I'm excited for the new gear, and I will see everybody on, hold on, I gotta figure out how to end this. I will see everybody on Sunday. I'll be doing live stream Sunday, and watch out for more videos. Take care. Thanks.